People who call Republicans and Libertarians selfish, and then they vote themselves a handout. And gentlemen, and that describes the janitor McStupidX. Excuse me, I mean McCainisthroughX pretty well. This is a short response. It won't take very long. To one of McCainisthroughX's video, where she actually is right. She did get a tax cut, but when you look at the bottom two income quintiles, McStupid, not only did they receive a tax cut, but it turned into a subsidy. Now, not everybody in the bottom two quintiles is a net receiver, but overall, those quintiles are. And the people in them are likely receivers as well. So, McCainisthroughX, this will be the first time, and I'm going to play a clip from one of my videos, and that'll be the end of it. I've already covered all this, up, down, and sideways. This will be the first time, McCainisthroughX, in what, about 50 years since you were just a little feller in middle school, that you've actually got a passing grade on something, because I'm going to give you, does this stethoscope make me look fat, by the way? I'm going to give you a D- on this, because you are correct that the bottom two quintiles, well, I'll let the video explain it, but the bottom two quintiles did get a tax cut, but it's become their net receivers too. You left that out. You should have put that in there. And of course, when McCainisthrough talks about, poor people paying all these taxes and the rich not, now watch the whole video if you want to get all of it. Now, it's not something that you can cut and paste off of MSNBC in 3 minutes, which is what McCainisthroughX will try to do. She always tries to find some short 2 or 3 minute argument, and not in her. Usually, it's that estrogen deficient Rachel Mandow or that fat guy Ed Schultz. But we'll roll the clip and you'll understand. So McCainisthroughX, you get a D-. You actually pass. You got partially right on the bottom two income quintiles. By the way, Miss Stupid, a quintile is 20%. You don't have to Google that. That would be splitting all the taxpayers into 5 groups. That's a quintile, okay, stupid? So you learned something. So the bottom two quintiles have received tax cuts, substantial tax cuts since Reagan was in office, but it's also become a subsidy. And about 45% of all federal income tax filers have no income tax liability. And about a third of them file it just to get a refund. They're being paid to exist. So, I'm not going to get too long-winded into some of these social issues and the problems with some of the communities here, but in the United States. But here's the clip, and it's far more detailed than anything McStupid could ever cut and paste or put in her own words. Have a nice day, and don't thank me now for slapping you down again, McStupid. Oh, and by the way, remember, those who live in glass houses should not throw stones. Now let's look at historical effective tax rates 1979 through 2005. This supplement provides additional data on historical effective federal tax rates as estimated by the CBO for the years 1979 through 2005. The data presented in this report show aggregate income and federal taxes by source for various income groupings, including a finer disaggregation in the highest income percentile. And we're going to look at percentiles 99 point. We're going to look at the top 10th of a percent and the top 100th of a percent too. So you see those arrows over there? Percentiles 99.9 through 99.99. These are the evil, really evil, rich, successful people who should be ashamed of themselves. And the top 100th of 1%. I'm not sure if you can see that. You may have to enlarge your screen. The bottom quintile, under Ronaldus Magnus, their share of income, individual income tax liabilities, they became net receivers under Reagan. And the second quintile under Bush became net receivers. So the bottom two quintiles haven't been paying any taxes for well over a decade. So, all this talk about, the poor pay, no. Maybe if you count all their excise taxes, they might pay something. Which, by the way, Obama signed legislation raising a bunch of excise taxes, and that usually hits poor people more than it does rich people. Poor people are more likely to smoke. It's just a fact. So, bottom two quintiles. And